Imagine you were a crow. You were standing on a telephone wire watching humans rush below, maybe waiting for someone to drop a french fry. Then something goes wrong. A piece of plastic gets wrapped around your leg. You struggle, you pull, but it will not come off. Then a giant two-legged creature walks toward you. A human. Every instinct says danger. But this human does not attack. It reaches down, slowly, carefully removes the plastic, and lets you go. So, what happens inside your mind? Do you understand that you were helped? Do you remember that face, or does the whole moment disappear as meaningless noise? That question sounds simple. Do wild animals know when humans are helping them? That caution had a reason. We should not project human emotions onto every animal behavior. But over time, research began showing something far more complex. Many animals are not just reacting, they are watching, learning, comparing, remembering, and in some cases, they seem able to recognize help. One famous example happened in Hawaii in 2013. A wild bottlenose dolphin had a fishing hook stuck in its fin, with fishing line wrapped around its body. During a night dive, the dolphin approached a group of human divers. It did not panic. It did not immediately flee. Instead, it moved close to one diver, Keller Laros, and stayed still while he tried to remove the hook and line. Even more remarkable, when the line was hard to reach, the dolphin shifted its body, almost as if it was giving the diver better access. This was not a trained animal. This was a wild dolphin in distress, apparently making a choice. I cannot solve this. Maybe this creature can. We cannot know exactly what the dolphin thought, but the behavior itself is powerful. It approached, it stayed, it adjusted. And after being freed, it remained near the divers for several minutes before swimming away. Crows and ravens show another side of this mystery. They can solve puzzles, use tools, recognize human faces, and remember danger for years. That means crows do not just remember. They share information. A human face can become a reputation. But crows do not only remember threats. People who regularly feed crows sometimes report receiving small objects in return, like shiny pieces, buttons, or bits of glass. It is hard to prove exactly what every object means, but it suggests that crows build social maps. Some humans are dangerous, some are useful, some are safe. So if a human frees a crow from a trap, or removes plastic from its leg, could that crow remember? Based on what we know about corvid intelligence, very likely yes. Not in human language, not as a sentence, but as an experience. That face, that action, that outcome. Safe. Helpful. Worth remembering. Still, we have to be careful. Not every calm animal is trusting you. Sometimes an injured animal stays still because it understands help. Sometimes it stays still because it is terrified, exhausted, or unable to escape. There is a stress response called tonic immobility. In this state, an animal freezes completely. It may look calm, but inside it may be an extreme fear. That is why wildlife rehabilitators are cautious. They know stillness is not always trust, but they also notice when something changes. A truly settling animal breathes differently. Its muscles relax, its eyes change. It may respond to a familiar caretaker differently than to a stranger. Some birds in rehabilitation, after weeks of care, begin turning toward the footsteps of one specific person. Not because they understand human kindness exactly as we do, but because they have learned this presence does not mean danger. This presence means safety. Other intelligent animals show similar patterns. Capuchin monkeys also show social judgment. In experiments, monkeys watched humans either help or obstruct another person. Later, when offered food, the monkeys tended to avoid the human they had seen behaving badly. That means they were not only asking, was this person good to me? They were asking something deeper. What kind of individual is this? And then there are whales. In 2011, a humpback whale was found entangled in crab trap lines near San Francisco. The ropes were wrapped around its mouth and fins, cutting into its body. Divers spent over an hour cutting the lines away. The whale was enormous. One movement could have killed a diver, but it stayed unusually still. After it was finally freed, it did not simply disappear. It circled back. It approached the divers. Some rescuers described slow, gentle contact, almost as if the whale was acknowledging the individuals who had helped it. Maybe it was just reorienting. Maybe it was investigating. We cannot say for certain, but the behavior suggests recognition, not necessarily gratitude in the human sense, but recognition that something important had happened. So, do wild animals know when humans help them? The honest answer is sometimes. Not always, not like a cartoon. Not always as gratitude, but in a real, observable way, many animals can recognize patterns of safety, harm, and help. They can remember faces. They can judge behavior. They can learn who is dangerous and who is not. A crow can remember you for years. A dolphin can reposition its body so a diver can free it. A monkey can reject food from someone it watched act badly. A whale can circle back after being rescued. None of that is nothing. It is intelligence. It is memory. It is social awareness. And it means every encounter you have with a wild animal matters. When you move a turtle off the road, when you call a rescue center for an injured bird, when you give a frightened animal space instead of chasing it for a video, that moment may become part of how that animal understands humans. And somewhere above you on a telephone wire, a crow may be watching. Not blankly, not randomly, but carefully. Building a file on your face. Deciding what kind of creature you are. For a long time, many scientists were extremely cautious about animal minds. Animals were often treated almost like biological machines. They reacted to stimuli, they followed instinct. They did not truly understand. Researchers at the University of Washington showed that crows could remember the face of a person who trapped them. Even other crows who never saw the original event later reacted to that same dangerous face. Elephants have been observed helping injured companions, assisting others out of mud, and responding carefully around vulnerable individuals. Some reports even describe elephants covering dead humans with branches or leaves, similar to behaviors they show toward their own dead.